Welcome in, y'all. Cowboy here. I got Joey Flapjack actually hiding behind me on this one. Captain JoJo. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, y'all. Hope everybody's doing pretty good. Today we're gonna be going over the Sloop, best build for the Sloop Season 4. Now, if you didn't know, guys, I'm gonna share with you guys a little secret here. Now, check this out, guys. The Sloop actually is a small ship. It's got 3 top deck gun ports. You can see one, two, three. If you don't believe me, check this out. Why are you vibrating in my chair? That's weird. Alright, check this out, guys. Broadsides, gun ports, 3. 3 top deck gun ports. Check it out. If we go Culverin, we got 6 gun ports on the side. That's nuts, guys. No other small boat has this. And let me explain to you why this is important, guys. As Joey perches on my shoulder like a freaking parrot. Um, Heavy arsenal, guys, increases damage and repair amount by 50% on broadside weapons. That's huge. That's huge. That's massive, guys. That's massive. That means this has one of the hardest hitting broadsides in the game. And I don't even think they meant to do this. This is weird. I don't know why this got overlooked. This feels like an oversight. But, anyways, guys, before we get any further in the build, please like, subscribe, comment. Helps me out, helps out the algorithm, helps more people find the channel, find my content, find my builds. I only put out the premium good. All right. So you're just helping people out. You're helping people sift through the junk that's out there. I don't mean to insult other content creators. There's just a lot of people that just spam content, and I go through a lot of builds, guys. I don't just throw stuff at you. I make sure it is vetted. I check the permutations of the gear before I put it out here for you guys. That's why you're only seeing like 1 to 2 builds per season from me. All right, but I'm also doing a giveaway that I want to mention, guys. At 500 subs, and again at 1,000 subs, I'm going to be giving away my entire inventory, guys. Everything in my inventory, everything in my stash, guys. I'm holding on to all these chests for you guys. I've got every weapon in the game. I'm giving away all my materials. I've got every furnishing, every armor. You have all my silver. Whoever wins this at 500 is probably going to get the most stuff. So that is the best time to subscribe, between now and 500. But if you missed that, guys, I'll still be doing the giveaway at 1K again. Now, all you got to do to be eligible for this, subscribe to the channel and comment on the video. Doesn't have to be anything nice. Doesn't have to be constructive criticism. Although we prefer it if you guys are giving me, feedback. Just subscribe and comment so that I know you're a Skull and Bones player on my channel and not here from one of my other games. That way I don't give it to somebody who's not going to use it. But let's go ahead and get into what we're all here for, and that's going to be the Sloop. So, like I was just showing you guys, it does have 3 gun ports or 6 gun ports on the side, which is really important when we get into the 2 builds we're talking about today, because we're actually doing 2. We're doing one for now, then we're doing one for January when the Naga's Call comes out. That's a special cannon we'll talk about later. But Outburst is the first perk you get before you level this boat up. 50% chance on triggering an additional explosion, which deals 1,500 damage within a blast radius of 150 meters. Increases damage to structure by 40% and explosive damage by 15%. We can kind of ignore the structure damage because if you guys want to do plunders, use the paddle con. I got to build out for that. Check my best build season 4 playlist. It's going to be in there. This is for PvP, PvE, and like bossing, okay? Excuse me. Now, when you upgrade this boat, guys, 6 out of 6, you're going to get Ruin. When you upgrade it like 3 out of 6, you get Heavy Arsenal. It might be 4 out of 6, I don't remember. But point is, you get these from upgrading this boat, guys. And neither one of these really, this really makes and breaks the build. This one does not. So you can stop at like 5 out of 6 and be comfy. This is just going to help your survivability and kind of bring like group utility to the game if you're playing with friends. But let's go ahead and get into the build, guys. Now, as of Season 4, this has not really changed much from Season 3 or 2 or 1. It's still a Bombard build, guys. Now, I recommend you rock Fire Bombards on the front and the back, the bow and the stern. Reason being, you can apply a blaze with these. Free damage. It's going to be free extra 10% damage if you take the gunpowder bench as well for your furnishing. And then for the broadsides, I'd like the Darndalus guns because this is 1 click, shoots all 3 guns. They instantly start reloading. At the end of the day, this is going to up your DPS by a little bit. The cool thing about it is it's an explosive 3, so we're actually benefiting more from that 15% extra explosive damage here than we would be with any other weapon. I didn't even know that, guys, so that's fine. But that's a pretty big number right there, guys. Fires all at once. Very, very cool stuff. Our auxiliary, we're taking Warhammer. This is 10 rockets. They're explosive. So every single one of these rockets has a 50% chance to deal 1,500 proc damage. Good stuff. Alternatives here, guys. I would always keep the Fire Bombard, but if you wanted to swap out the Dauntless guns for something else, you could swap these out for 1,000-Year Monsoon, or if you wanted to be odd, you could swap out the Fire Bombards for 1,000-Year Monsoon. And the thing that makes 1,000-Year Monsoon good is it's going to have a between 15 to 30% chance to proc an additional 2,500 damage. That's why I probably take these on your port or your starboard, because you're going to have 3 shots, which is 3 procs, instead of putting them on your bow, because you're only going to have 2 procs, or 2 shots, 2 chances with that. And then the other thing, if you wanted to switch out the Fire Bombards on your bow, you wanted to be a little bit more tanky, guys, Hong Yi Pao is a good way to do this. This is a provoking bombard. Provoking is important, guys. It's going to force the target to attack you. If you're solo, that doesn't matter because they're already going to be attacking you, right? But the cool thing about this, when you taunt the target, when you actually apply that taunted status effect, you reduce the target's damage output by about 15 to 20%, and that stacks with your Ruin passive when you upgrade this boat. So you're actually decreasing their damage done by about 30 to, what, 40? 30 to 35%? Something like that. I don't know. My math is real bad right now, guys. I've been up like 3 days straight. I'm sick. I can't sleep. All kinds of problems. But forgive me for my sins. Let's move on. Buccaneer's Oath. This is a fantastic piece, but not actually the only one that I would recommend. Captain Joseph, leave that alone right now. Not the only one I'd recommend. I like this one because it's going to up your weapon damage and your armor by 30 or by 25% for 30 seconds. But it's unique and kind of hard to get for some people. You might have to wait like 2 months to get it because it's a black marketplace or William Blackwood shop item. And so those shops cycle every 2 weeks, but it's not guaranteed to be there every 2 weeks. It was just in there last week or last cycle. So if you didn't get it then, you're cooked if you don't have it. You're gonna have to wait like again 2 months for that. So my option that I would offer you in place of that, Joseph, give me that cable. That guy is a menace. Black Prince does really good mitigations. Piercing is huge this patch as well, or this season I should say, because the piercing update, NPCs actually can apply piercing to your boat, and it hits hard. But this is the real kicker right here, guys. Resolute. It's going to reduce your damage taken by 40% when you're under 33% health. Now, you can actually combo that with the rigging station, guys. This right here. When you're less than 20% health, you recover 1% whole health per second. For PvE, as long as you're not bossing with this for like the seasonal boss like Vikram or something, this is going to keep you alive in 80+% of the situations. So very good. But I'm going a straight big weenie damage build. We're going to Megaphone. This is going to decrease your reload times by up to 15%. So once you start getting that damage rolling, it's just gonna feed the machine. Bombardment Cerie increases bombard damage by 10%. If you are doing plunders like a weirdo with this build or this boat, you do get some extra damage to structures, which is pretty kosher. Shell packing station, it's going to increase the AoE of Bombard as well as the reload speed of your Bombard. Both of those are huge dubs. You might think the reload speed is huge. It is. But don't sleep on the AoE. And the reason I say this, guys, okay, picture yourself in your boat going forward. You got an enemy on the left of you, You can mag dump them with your, like, get right, like, I mean, like, you're touching boats, okay? You're touching boats. You're docking. Mag dump them with your left or your port side cannons, your bombards. Mag dump them with your bow. Mag dump them straight down into the water on your starboard, okay, your right side. And because your AoE size is increased, it actually splash damages through your boat and hits them. So you can this is a secret of the bombard. You can hit them with all sides of your boat if you're right on top of them. You just barrel stuff them, because you can't blow yourself up by shooting the water. You know. I don't know why they didn't incorporate that. That would have been cool, but yeah, this is, don't sleep on this, guys. This is really good. So next, Bombard Works just increases the damage. It's really big for our Daedalus guns, less so for our fire bombards, or really anything else. But then we take port powder kegs and starboard powder kegs. Now, if you're gonna flex anything in this build, I'd recommend you flex the Bombard Works or no, I'd really just flex the Bombard Works, honestly. And what I would flex those to, actually, I'll tell you right now. I don't even see it in here. We'll have to go to it's semi-equipped then. This thing right here, First Mate's Ledger. Reason I say this, guys, is this build actually has no way to counter severe damage as of this exact moment. This is just going to help with that whenever you hit a crew attack. And it's going to help you with a little bit with your stamina management as well. So, pretty good stuff, guys. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what you should be doing in the next month. What is the next month? January? Yeah, I think it's January. So we get this new cannon called Naga's Call coming out. It's a culverin. And the reason this is significant, guys, remember, each explosive shot we do has a 50% chance to do an additional 1,500 damage. And remember, our broadsides hit 50% harder. And remember, we have 6 gun ports on our broadsides. So, this is actually going to be hitting about 3,000 damage per shot, times 6, with a 50% chance, times 6, to deal 1,500 damage, times 6. I know it takes a lot of big brain in here, but this is pretty good. This is gonna be good. This might outcompete the Bombards. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 70% sure this is gonna be better than the Bombard build. Definitely is for the Paddle Kong, 50-50 on the Sloop, but that's what you get when you have a 50% proc chance. Could be sometimes, could be worse sometimes. So you're gonna slap this on your broadsides. You're going to keep the fire bombards on your bow and your stern, or whatever. If you're rocking Hongi Pals, rock those. I don't care what you do. Do what you want to do. In terms of furnishings, guys, there's nothing that's really going to inherently buff this. Like, don't run Culverin Works for 10%. Don't run Culverin Works for 19% increased damage on 10% of the weapons. It just doesn't make sense. It's a wasted furniture slot. Just run some defensive furniture. Run like where's that? Compagnie screens, Compagnie Spirit Locker. I think it's down here hiding from me. Yep, Compagnie Spirit Locker, First Mate's Leisure. You're good to go. You don't have to run anything else. I mean, you can play with this other stuff if you want to, but those are my go-tos for this, guys. GG's, like, subscribe. Comment, let me know what you guys think, let me know what you guys want to see, and like I kind of mentioned earlier, I'm going to be playing more. I'm still going to be playing Skull and Bones, but until Season 5 comes out, I'm only going to be doing like the best builds right now, and then maybe challenging myself a little bit later with some spicy builds, but we'll see. I'm also going to be playing Elder Scrolls Online, doing an Iron Man series on that if you guys are interested in that, and then I'm going to be doing Delta Force and Battlefield and some Smite and some Minecraft. Although the Minecraft is going to be on a different channel, I'm thinking, check me out. It's going to be, I think, the Cozy Cowboy is what I'm going to be doing for that one. And that'll have Mrs. Cobble, Cowgirl. Yeah. GG's.